It's a mobile phone or satellite phones that have given them away. And this is Baitul Masood, 2 hours after Benazir's assassination. Hello, well done. I'm sitting in Makeen and was telling the exact spot. I'm saying, tomorrow I'm having breakfast somewhere else, at a certain place, and you can come and, we will celebrate. It was such a joke, that conversation. You knew it was a cover-up going on. And I have a feeling that as she pulled out of this deal anyway, that's a separate subject. But the issue is that Benazir too realized that she could not go along. If she went along with Musharraf, she realized that the public had changed. And all the events subsequently, the election on the 18th of February, never has the government indulged in so much pre-poll rigging in the history of Pakistan. They say that these elections were free and fair. I don't know who says the elections were free and fair. Because pre-poll rigging is actually where the main rigging is done. On the polling day, it's only a question of 15,000, 20,000 extra votes you can put in. But the main rigging is done before the elections, where the whole government machinery comes into play. The voting lists are doctored, constituencies are doctored. Then you have the whole government money machinery intimidating people. Criminals are inducted always. Remember, the criminals always vote with the establishment. Always. Because in every district you have criminals who go into politics because it's the only way they can get protection. So this little point I just need you need to understand, because I'll just tell you why this is a very crucial time. Why this Chief Justice movement is probably the most significant movement since the movement for Pakistan. What happens in a district is that the criminals have realized over the years that the best way to get protection from the police and the government is to become useful in your constituencies to the pro-establishment politician. Once you get into power, or once you become part of the power structure, which is not just in the center, it's right down to the districts. Once even in a district you become part of the power structure, you are above law. The law doesn't touch you in Pakistan. Because the judiciary has always been an arm of the executive. The judiciary has always acted as a B team of the government. So if you become part of the government, you're not going to be touched by the law in Pakistan, because the judiciary is on your side. And that's why Pakistan is where it is today. This is the one. That's why we call our party Tehreek-e-Insaf. Because we realize that, forget about roti, kapda, makan and all this nonsense, you cannot change Pakistan unless you have rule of law. The beginning is rule of law. You cannot have democracy. You cannot have genuine democracy until you have rule of law. I remember reading Paddy Ashton's statement after he was appointed the UN representative in Bosnia to bring democracy. So he had elections there. After the elections, Paddy Ashton gave this statement. He said, we failed to bring democracy to Bosnia because we did not have rule of law before we had held elections. Because if you hold elections without rule of law, the criminals will win. How will you fight the criminals who mafias, who have guns, who have money, who have access to, like the man who fought the election against me, is the biggest drug baron in my district. And he has access to money, he can buy the police, he can buy votes. So how does a decent man beat him? Hence, you have all the criminals ending up most in the assemblies. In Pakistan today, you have a governor who has had 18 murders. You have Asif Zardari now, the main man in Pakistan. You know who Musharraf has time and again, I don't know whether you know, he published the accounts, the bank accounts, the properties of Asif Zardari. They were all published by NAB, they were on its website, of over $1.5 billion. And here he is, the main man, people, cabinet meetings in Dubai, running around, going all over on government planes. He has no position in Pakistan. But the government plane is taking him, he's giving lectures about socialism. Anyway, so this is the key. Unless and until you have rule of law, we will not have democracy. We will always have criminals coming into the assembly. How can you fight an election in Karachi today?